I just don't want to welcome somebody by calling her name. Today I have a panelist who is a well-known woman entrepreneur. So first time when I met her and when she said this is what her name was, so it rang bells. I asked her, it's a bit strange but beautiful name. So how did it happen? So she told me that her father put her name saying that Sa Re Ga Ma Pa Da Nisary. Nisary, welcome to my show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to having here.
Great. As we are going to continue as a conversation and it's not a question answer session, I want you to be very candid and true from the heart so that it will be beneficial to women entrepreneurs. I know that you have been awarded the best woman entrepreneur for 2020 by Chamber of Commerce. So you can really be very insightful, very helpful to women entrepreneurs. So can you just start from your journey, Nisary?
Sure. So basically, I was a creative person, currently also. So I did my master's in literature. At that time, what I had in mind was I go somewhere in a creative field, where in something like an advertising, writing, journalism. But it was long back. There was less opportunities to shine in your career in that field. So very naturally, my parents told me, no, this is not a career line for you. There are a lot of challenges. You should look something traditional like a teaching or having a job in a bank or in a government sector. Somehow I couldn't relate myself to teaching and all. So I wrote this bank test and also accidentally I got into the banking field. So I worked in the banking field for about 8 years. I really enjoyed it, interacting with customers, knowing more about finance, managing money, managing others' money, teaching people about the financial planning, helping them out in their financial journey and all. It was very exciting. But somewhere, I mean, maybe as a woman managing my personal responsibilities, I had a small kid then, and work, corporate life, everything didn't go well. So at that time, I thought, okay, I take a switch because I always wanted to do something my own. It was at that time I decided to take a career, not a career break, to shift to something creative. So I left the corporate job and started as a freelance writer. I was mainly focusing on the banking and finance writing. So I used to ghostwrite for a lot of senior banking professionals and people who are in the business industry. So it really picked up very well. And it was at that time I felt there are a lot of women who are in a career break because they have personal responsibilities. They couldn't continue their job. They are looking for something comfortably work from their home. So I thought of empowering them. And at the same time, as a business for us, it's a very cost effective way for rather than taking full time employees, employing freelancers. So we built a pool of freelancers. I mean, all are women working from different parts of the country who all they want to have financial freedom, they want to work, they want to come back to career. So it was a very close knit group. We formed a company called HUBWORDS Private Limited, which is a content services and online branding firm. And it was at that time I collaborated with my partner, who is his name is Hemant. He's based out of Bangalore. So we jointly formed this freelance writing stint to a full-fledged content and online branding firm. So the journey continues. As I was working there, I felt like, see, we are writing thousands of finance articles to so many companies, and we are empowering women on one hand by helping them to come back to career. Why don't we merge both together, have a platform of our own? Because finance is one thing where women don't take a active step. We all like our husbands or our fathers managing the money. So I thought something women have a feeling like when it comes to money management, this is something I don't understand. So I thought why don't content is our strength. So why don't we start a portal of our own? We put finance in a very jargon-free manner there and help women to take some step forward when it comes to one, their finance, and second is having a career or financial freedom of their own. So that is how in 2019 Her Money Talks was born. Now this is the heart and soul of what I'm doing, empowering women financially, upskilling them, and helping them to take independent decisions when it comes to their finances. And we also promote women entrepreneurship.
Great, great. You said a lot of things, in at one stretch. So I would like to just go back and you said your parents were not up to your idea of taking a particular career. They said no, please do a different career. Can you elaborate on that in general terms in today's perspective?
When at the time when I finished my studies, it was like when you have a daughter, parents will be thinking once they of course they invest for your studies, but after that their priority is getting you married. Other priority is she should have a job which she can comfortably manage a family and business or work. So naturally, we all think in the traditional lines of having a bank job or working as a teacher. In fact, teaching is seen as a very good career opportunity for women. We never think beyond that. Like if it is entrepreneurship was something very new or very strange at that time. If you come from a business family, of course, you take up what your parents have left. It's a legacy. You can have a career as a businesswoman. But otherwise, if you're telling that I want to do something my own, I want to start a business, it looked a little strange at that time. People will say, oh, you have to work a lot, or maybe I think people look down. People think it is something like a home-based business where you do something your hobby developed to some kind of career. Like it can be something related to food or fashion, or beyond that, people never used to think. But today, when I am in this field, yes, yeah,
Yeah. When did you jump into entrepreneurship? Which particular year
2009,
was it?
2009.
2009. At that particular time, there was nothing called startup. There's no push for entrepreneurship. So how did you take that decision and why? My question is, why did you take the decision? Okay, you mentioned that your corporate life. You mentioned about the family, all those things. But more than that, you know, content writing, portal, all those things you mentioned. But more than that, are you talking of a real financial empowerment of women at that particular point of time, or was it a some kind of a journey which you met midway?
See, I never can't sit idle. I'm a very restless person. I never can't think of sitting idle. That was the first thing. Second thing is always I wanted that financial freedom. Like I never can imagine like I take a career break and then think of what I do. But corporate life, the life in the banking field, definitely I enjoyed, but it comes with a lot of challenges because you are working for someone. The growth in your career takes a lot of time. And it's very limited what you're doing. Many times you have a lot of ideas, but you are never able to implement those. It comes with a lot of limitations. So I wanted to switch. So naturally, when I thought of switching, the only thing that came to my mind is writing because that is something I'm really good at. So I thought, but at that time, there was nothing called the startups or networking or platforms. So I never knew that writing can become a career for you. So my only
So
friend
my
was,
question again, fine, good. No, no, books are always the best friends. That is what we all know about it. My question is from 2009 to 2022. When at 2009, that particular period, startups or entrepreneurship was not that common. Even entrepreneurship was common, but to a woman, definitely not a common field. To be a woman entrepreneur. Can you just describe your journey? From 2009 to 2022, as you said, networking, your mentors, advisors, partners, friends, all those things.
2009, when I started, it was a very isolated solo journey. My only friend was Google. Because when you think to do
Hmm.
something from sitting at your home, there is no platforms, there is no networking communities, there is nobody, especially I'm from Kerala, something like a freelance writing or blogging, these kind of things were very new here because we still believed in the traditional media. So I don't have anyone to go and ask a doubt, how can I get opportunity? So I kept Googling. So when I started that time, it was very isolated. But today in 22, I see that when you are an entrepreneur, you are fortunate to have a lot of platforms, fellow other entrepreneurs with whom you can share your ideas, your thoughts, helping each other, networking, building business together, and everything. So when I started, I used to Google a lot to find opportunities. I used to write to editors of newspapers and magazines asking, can I get an opportunity to write in your newspaper, and showing them a sample. Um, Luckily, for me, the U-turn happened. I wrote an article to the editor of Hindu newspaper. I never heard anything back. I thought maybe she's not interested in that. One fine day, my friend is calling me and telling, "Hey, I saw your article published in Hindu newspaper." That was very
Oh,
surprising and a shock for me. That day, I decided, yes, I can. This is a career opportunity for me, and I put my papers in my organization. So from there, it was hunting. I was been searching, and what I learned is you should look beyond your boundaries. Like I searched at that time, the hot hubs for this content was Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, places like that. Internet is there; you can connect with anyone. You search for jobs, there are a lot of opportunities. So luckily, I got a couple of good clients, which are leading e-commerce platforms or leading startups that time, and a lot of opportunities came. From there, I felt the need of forming a team. It grew beyond that. We felt we should be having a formal entity for this, spread our net to Bangalore. So it was a very gradual but very exciting journey.
great. So this is where Her Money Talks was born?
Yeah, it was again a gradual progress from here, like a solopreneur to a small team of freelancers, especially women working from home. From there, a content company empowering women. Then the company thinking of having a platform of our own to empower women and disseminate knowledge. That's how Harmony Talks is born. So from the content or knowledge dissemination, it went far beyond of setting up a fintech company today.
Wow, great. So Her Money Talks is a fintech company.
Yeah, you can call this a financial services company. And of course, we come under the category of fintech.
Fintech. So can you elaborate on how what Her Money Talks do?
So it's a platform for financial empowerment of women. So we do focus on three things. One is creating financial literacy, pan India. Second is helping women through to take investment decisions or financial decisions in their life through advisory services and handholding. Third is we promote women entrepreneurship. So we do have these programs, curated programs, workshops, boot camps, and all for empowering women entrepreneurs. Now, what we are building is a one-stop platform where a lot of education, connections, community, and also a curated products and services which women can avail of. We also are fortunate to have a very good ecosystem of experts in diverse fields, whether it is financial experts, tax experts, legal, startup mentors, investors, all ready and passionate about empowering women.
Here, since your name says Her Money Talks, and you say you are into fintech, the natural question would be: are you dispersing any money to women entrepreneurs or women?
No, it's her money talking. She's talking about money. It's not just men talking about money. She also talks about money.
Great, great. And how many? What is the network size of your Her Money Talks today?
Currently, we have about 50,000 plus subscribers pan India. It's
So these are paid subscribers.
It's not paid subscribers, but through various organizations, we are continuously engaged them with our workshops, programs, networking meets. It can be connects, mentorship, and all. Currently, it is a free platform, and we are moving. When we build our platform, the fintech platform, we are moving to a premium subscription model also for this.
So currently, is there any revenue model for Her Money Talks, or is still in the nascent stages?
No, it's we are profitable and revenue making from month one. And our revenue
Okay.
comes from different streams. One is, of course, the workshops, programs, events, and all the training programs and everything we conduct. Second is we do have this mentoring, advisory services, other financial products, and everything. Of course, that is another source of revenue. Third is that we do have content partnership with various financial institutions, fintechs, and a lot many players in the BFSI sector where we partner with them and help them access the women market. So there are multiple revenue streams which makes us sustainable, because we talk about money, so we should be sustainable from month one now.
Great, excellent. Good to know about it. And so, what is your plan for the subscription model? You said.
The plan is we launch different types of subscription for a couple of focus target segments of women. So they get, once they become a member of Harmony Talks, they get some kind of bundle services out of that. Because once you pay and join a platform, definitely the question comes, what am I getting out of it? No. So it can be a financial consultation. As it is not launched, I'm not giving the entire information, but it can be financial consultation, a tax consultation, or an assistant in tax filing, kind of networking opportunity. Then, of course, there are some discounted rates for loans or some financial products you are looking for. It can be a better rate in an insurance or a specific curated insurance product for the community members. This is still working in progress. So based on the type of membership you are taking, you get a kind of benefits, which means you get 2x return out of the membership plan you're getting. So that's how we are working out the model.
Okay, all the best for that.
Thank you.
The best. Good. Nisary, since you have been in this entrepreneurship field and particularly focusing on women empowerment, financial empowerment for women, I would want you to elaborate on what are the schemes available for women, what are the opportunities available for women. Because today, as we speak, it is hardly a single-digit percentage in India wherein women empowerment is really happening. So, can you just elaborate on all those things?
If I take an average typical women, they work from their home. They all are good. Really, they are doing a good business, but many of them are not aware of the schemes available or the kind of registrations they have to do. So I'll take, as we are in Kerala now, I'll take Kerala as an example. I'm part of a couple of leading women platforms in Kerala. They all are really doing good in their field. But when I talk to them about the schemes available by the government or by the MSME department, they are not aware of it. So just to give a heads up, so I've been telling them these are programs which are available. You should try for it. So if I'm just giving an example, like if you go for a bank, there are different options rather than a business loan. Of course, if you go to a private bank, there will be an OD option and there will be a business loan and there will be a loan against your property or a mortgage-based loan.
Collateral.
But there is something called a Mudra loan scheme, which is specific for women, which is a government scheme and no banks are actively promoting it. So this is something you should be aware of, and you have to go and specifically ask, can I avail a Mudra loan? Similarly, Kerala Startup Mission is doing a wonderful job for supporting women entrepreneurs at a very, whether it is grants or seed funding schemes, which comes with a very nominal interest rate. For example, if you are a women entrepreneur, looking how to develop your business through technology. The technology can be anything small like a D2C platform, e-commerce platform, but you're looking out for a disruptive growth through your business. You can avail a grant up to 12 lakhs for building your product. And another...
is it, one second, grant means it's a money given to an entrepreneur which need not be paid back.
Need not be paid back. It is a money given for your idea and for helping you to develop your product. Similarly, there are seed fund schemes, which means it's a kind of working capital loan, which you can avail at an interest rate as low as 6%. Whereas you go to a private bank, it can be 18% or even more. KSIDC is doing a wonderful job in, they have a V Mission program, which means there is a collateral-free loan for women for up to 25 lakhs.
Collateral-free loan up to 25 lakhs for women.
Collateral-free loan. Usually, if you go to a bank and
got it.
A loan for a 25 lakhs, of course, you have to mortgage your property. Many times.
So, is it? Yeah. Is it limited to any particular segment, like fintech or technology or anything?
Anything. Mostly, they focus on manufacturers and MSMEs, but it can be anything.
Okay.
But
good. Go ahead.
The idea should be good, and it is not something. Your vision should be larger for that. There should be a potential for a high growth for your company, and if the company is convinced that you are able to achieve it, yeah, of course they'll be there to handhold you for for this journey. Second is, yeah.
And go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, similarly, Kerala Institute of Entrepreneurship Development, they also hand-holding MSMEs a lot with a grant scheme is coming up. It is work in progress. And what I've heard is it's a grant up to 10 lakhs or so. And there are a lot of schemes also. They help through, if you are incubated through KEED, it's easy to connect with other government schemes and projects and get funding support. It's pretty easy rather than you going to a private bank and getting a loan support. Because when you go to a private bank, there are a lot of challenges coming in. Because many banks ask for a male co-founder or a director for the company. They ask for mortgaging the property because banks are always concerned of getting their money back.
So this is the first time I'm hearing somebody saying that the banks ask for a male co-founder. This is
I've
strange.
been working with the bank credit department of loans. So when we underwrite check the applications, there was a provision, and now also in some loans it is still there. If a single woman is a solo applicant applying for a loan, definitely they ask for a male guarantor or a co-applicant. So the thinking behind that is they want to know, is the woman applying for this loan with the consent of the family? And if she is not able to repay, who will take the responsibility? So that's a concern of the bank.
I think we are crossing boundaries. I think we'll limit ourselves to fintech because this is a big different subject altogether. You're opening up the consent, One question, how easy is it for a woman entrepreneur or to be a woman entrepreneur to get incubated with the Kerala Institute of Entrepreneurship Development? You said, there's an incubation process.
It's very easy, to my opinion, because Kerala is an upcoming market. So if you go to Karnataka, you go to Bangalore, it's a populated market. Even if you have a very good idea, to get a selection there is a very tough task. Here, I think all these organizations are calling women, come, we are here to support you. So that ecosystem, we are lucky to have that ecosystem. All I wanted to tell is you need to make use of it. Comparatively, the competition is very less compared to Maharashtra or Bangalore, other places, other developed cities. Here it is an upcoming market with a lot of support ecosystem there. And it's pretty easy. It's not that tough. Of course, you should know how to present. You should know how to articulate about your business. You should be very clear in your thinking. You have to go through a 2-level review process, of course. But as long as you're clear about what you want to do, it's not going to be a tough task. There are a lot of opportunities. I think still, based on what is available, a very less number of women only coming forward for this.
Is there a reason why very few women are coming forward?
To be honest, in my opinion, what I feel is that if you take Kerala Startup Mission, they support technology startups. So naturally, for women, a lot of women entrepreneurs, their business is a natural progression of their hobbies or hobbies. So they're not looking for technology. That importance of a technology or a need of technology is not coming in their business. So they think there is no heavy capital investment in that. They are making good profits. So they are not thinking of all these options of getting incubated or being part of this program and all. That is one example which I felt. So you can see the difference because I have an office in Bangalore. I've been part of that ecosystem also.
Mm-hmm.
There, when you see the startups or entrepreneurs, they all think in terms of tech. Even if they're manufacturers, they all think I have an e-commerce platform that way. But for contrast, if you look in Kerala, there are a lot of women entrepreneurs who are doing a real good job, but they still believe in the power of brick and mortar shops or, selling through their business networks without leveraging technology. So there is no capital investment.
So you mean to?
The vision is limited to our boundaries. Maybe all these are the few factors which I feel.
Limiting factors. So you mean to say that there's a great opportunity for women in Kerala if they're going to use tech into their existing business or coming up with a new business?
Yes, definitely. There are a lot of opportunities.
And do they have any kind of a support system in case they decide to take the tech side of it?
Support system in sense, we have a very good ecosystem where there are mentors to help guide you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one. I mean, one support system we have. That's definitely what everyone is looking for. But like I said, it's a personal choice. If you feel like in this way, with my local network, I can do a very good job. That's good. You come under the MSME sector. But if you think I want to do something disruptive, I want to go beyond my boundaries, and I want to think out of the box, you become a startup. So it's a personal choice how you want to run your business and how you want to see yourself.
Great, excellent. I think Nisary, you made a very good point, and you literally opened up, a good window of opportunities for particularly women in Kerala, saying that hey, the competition is less. People like our organizations like Kerala Startup Mission and other KSIDC are, welcoming women with open hands. So it's great. I know you've shared this particular information, and I'm sure it'll be helpful to the dreamers, the women dreamers, who are thinking to go big. And great, and it is a pleasure, having you on my show and knowing you. And I'm very happy that when you said normally women, they think about teaching or in a particular so-called segment, whereas you have taken a jump into a what's the so-called, and according to your words, a male dominated area of finance. So I wish you all the success there, and it was great.
Thank you so much. Yeah, actually, it's a pleasure for me to also to getting this opportunity for candidly sharing this my journey and outlook, especially when it comes to women and entrepreneurship.
Great. So once again, best of luck for Her Money Talks. Let your network expand, and many, many, many more women, let they be benefited by financial empowerment. And definitely, we will see you soon. So thank you very much for being on my
Thank you
show.
so much.